And we are live from Piranha Pond. Welcome. This is Kingfish Mac from Parks and Rec. The pond is open, you guys. How you guys doing on Facebook Live and YouTube Live? We are live at 5 from Piranha Pond StreamCast. Uh, I am your illustrious host, Kingfish Mac. Today I'm joined once again by my beautiful cohort, Miss Nick Mo. How you doing today, sweetie?
Hey world, how y'all doing today?
I am chilling. The boys are in motion. Non-flyer should be ringing right in pretty soon. I think he went to go uh, log in. And Nick Nass is in El Trafico. So hopefully he'll be joining us as well.
All right,
What's
then.
been,
Well, hey,
what's been going on with you since I talked to you yesterday, sweet?
nothing much. I mean, I've been in school. Wednesday is a push day for me. I have deadlines by midnight, so that's why. Um, you know, depending on what my workload is how I'm getting it on a Wednesday. But normally on a Wednesday, it's not much popping in my world. It's usually just library or home in the room. So nothing much. Today is a better day. Breathing. Got out the way. Got my new lighting. Compliments of Kingfish. Yay!
Hey,
All lit
hey.
up in here.
That's what I'm talking about.
And lit. Nah.
That is what I'm talking about.
But
Yeah, we
while we
yeah,
waiting on the fellas, because I know that when we talked about the what we were gonna do with the theme today, we were gonna do the best of the '80s, as in like what movies and comedies and stuff like that. But I wrote some songs down because there was a music played a big part of plays the instrumental part of my life.
okay.
So just for instance, I wrote some stuff down, but I know it too. Like you know, I tell this to people all the time. Between 91 and 92, that was really a good year for me for music. Jodeci came out, TLC came out, Mary J. Blige came out, CC Tennyson came out. It was just a good time for music. You know, it wasn't all rap based, but even though the rap base wasn't bad, you still had people like Craig Mack. You know what I'm saying? You had still had Buster. Uptown was just getting in, bad spun off into Bad Boy. So, you had some real good music, not taken away from a couple of years ago from that when, you had Tony that came out like almost right at 90. And, you had Mariah Carey drop her first album and stuff like that. So, but between that there was a good gap between those years, and I just feel like music had picked back up. Good R&B had picked back up around that time. And we're gonna go ahead and do the elephant in the room. You can't take away. I mean, when I graduated high school, which was in '94, we're gonna talk about it. My 11th grade year, my 12th grade year, R. Kelly was influential. So no matter what, the man was a genius, and he put other people on too.
Most
So
definitely.
So yeah,
Can,
so I mean, I know that's always the catalyst, but we had, we had some good music.
yeah, we did. I think in terms of what you're talking about, with the R. Kelly scenario, I think you're absolutely right. I think that this the whole cancel culture shit, right? Uh, this comes afterwards, right? The fact of the matter is, shit. when R. Kelly was doing his thing for what he was doing in terms of, entertaining the masses, you don't get no better. It's a whole bunch of babies that got made. You know what I'm saying? A whole bunch of people were stepping in the name of love, and
right.
I can't think of an R. Kelly album that came out that didn't have bangers on it.
Right.
And you can't take that away, because if you take that away based upon some bullshit that he's been doing in his personal life, which don't mean that you endorse that shit, but it's almost like you asking me to erase a whole portion of my memories. You know what I'm saying? Because this motherfucker's canceled shit, right? I ain't touched nobody underage. Well, I gotta look at my shit, right? I had some good shit that was off that 12 play.
Right. And and even with the whole he's been extradited to New York, so I don't know. He got a lot of charges there, Derek. It's my cousin. Let Florida get a hold of that ass. It's rough for him. But New York couldn't. It wasn't a good deal. It wasn't a good thing. It wasn't a good day for him when he found out that he was gonna have to go back to New York. That's gonna be. We got a lot of cases in New York. So we praying for your brother. Just stay strong. Don't drop the foot. All I can tell you. Because you're going to serve some time. It's just a matter of time now with how much time you're going to serve. So it's gonna be rough for you. But we gonna be some justice. 10 years ago he did.
Right. He beat him the first time.
He did. But here we are now. I don't know if he's gonna beat him this
don't
time
look too
around.
good.
If he was in Chicago,
don't look too
he
good
had
for
a good
Pied
chance
Piper.
to get the jury that, and I ain't even gonna say impartial, but he's loved in Chicago. So hell yeah, I don't want to say that too. But the judge was like, I want no parts of this bullshit. None.
Yeah, it don't really look good for the brother, but the Pied Piper, the Pied Piper, and now he got to pay the piper.
Right, these guys, right, he do. But I miss, even with that, I miss Midnight Love. Hell, for all intents purposes, I miss Uncut. Shit, that gave you more music at 2:00 in the morning. But I wish, Video Soul, stuff like that, man. That was my high school experience. Getting on the phone at 10:30 at night to 11:30 at night to watch Midnight Love. If you wasn't doing nothing and you caught Video Soul. So yeah, stuff like that. Hey, shout out to BET. When they first came out, they gave us some stuff. That no matter what, you can't take that away from them. So.
Keena say Puff gave the 90s a lot.
I talked about Puff Keena when I was talking about Jodeci and those groups that came out and stuff like that between 91 and 92. Mary J. Blige.
Puff was the shit. Puff was the shit for me. Puff was the shit for me at the time because Puff remixed my childhood. He remixed the 70s for my ass and brought all of those remixes was some shit that we was boogieing too. My mama living room two-stepping and shit at 7, 8 years old, or cha-cha and all that kind of shit. All of the songs that Puff used to remix shit was shit that was banging when I was a kid.
But even at the same time, let's not even keep the West Coast. I mean, Dr. Dre bought out Snoop. This thing.
Well, for me, Dre and Snoop and them was like, it's like a whole different category because they whole shit. Well, Snoop is later in the game, but I am actually of the Dre era. I'm talking about World Class Wrecking Crew era.
Right.
Eve After Dark era, right?
Yeah.
When Dre and Yella was mixing on the
shout
fucking
out to World Class Wrecking Crew.
So
let me see if I can pull up that song while we're talking. Go ahead, Keith.
Before you turn off the lights,
you already know
Chalet joint. I'm already knowing. But yeah, so Dre's whole evolution was like kind of walking in step with him, right? It was like kind of like watching the homie evolve. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of the shit but Dre was the same way. Dre brought, what he calls the G-Funk, but for us, it was Parliament. It was Parliament Funkadelic. It was that old shit that we was, kicking up dust to in the mid and late 70s. In terms of the R&B swing, I really kind of, I took, oh yeah.
out to the World Class Wrecking Crew. Go ahead, I'm cut it down.
Yeah, when the whole neo soul era came in, I was kind of revitalized with music. Well, I'm a hip hop head, so I kind of was like really off, R&B, love songs, and then also I categorize music not like how you was able to say, oh yeah, with 1992, 94.
Right.
Well, I can't do it like that. It's like eras because like where I was at the time. Right. So when NWA first hit the scene, right, on the underground scene, I was in and out of town and what I'm saying, fucking, doing my thing. So I kind of remember that real vividly. Other eras of music kind of got me through hard times and shit, right? So like the whole Puffy era, the whole Bad Boy, the whole Death Row, Tupac, all of that. I didn't get to see none of that shit in real time. I was locked up for all of that shit, right? I'm talking about start to finish of their careers. But because I was, in a confined and controlled space with nothing else to do but read and fucking keep up on entertainment, I was up on everybody's shit, right? In real time. So it was almost as like I was living that shit too. Young Nun. What it do, baby boy?
What it do, man? Hey, so quick break. I don't know where y'all was at, but I just broke my whole weed jar, nigga. Like with all the weed in it, nigga. Like all.
Oh yeah, that's that glass pack. You be cool.
Yeah, nigga.
That's that glass pack, man. They ain't gonna hurt you too much and shit, man. You might have to go see a pulmonologist and shit after you smoke it, but you be all right for a minute.
You broke it?
Hot I am right now, though.
Yes,
broke it?
Broke it. Like that motherfucker slipped off the thing, was like, boop. I was like, really?
The whole weed jar.
All the I was a lot of weed though. Look.
Oh yeah.
But I lost like 4 blunts. And 4 blunts is crucial though.
Oh, it was a little jar.
No, it was a big jar. Did you see this?
Oh, you scooped that up.
Yeah, this is the savables.
Oh, that's the glass pack. Yeah, don't trip. You be all right.
Well, Frank,
4 blunts though, I'm gonna miss them.
Just to let you know where we are, we hadn't jumped into movies yet, but we was talking about we started off with music.
Oh, okay.
You know, like what was a good time? Just to kind of recap, I said 91, 92 was a real good year for music. It picked back up. You kind of got through with some Jodeci came out, Mary J. Blige, TLC groups like that, and and he was talking about how Death Row was getting him through when he was going through. So
yeah, all of them. As a matter of fact, like I said, I catalog music by where I was at, like where they had my ass at. Was I doing some whole time? Was I on the yard? Was I up north? Was I down south? That kind of shit, right?
Right.
And then you have your memories based on that, as opposed to 1992. I was, just out of school with whoop 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 whoop, and it was me, blah 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 and blah. You know what I'm saying? My experience is a little bit different, and the music I think is just as significant because, that music got me through a lot of shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially my girls, right? Anita Baker, Sade, Jill Scott, Mary J. Right. Then later in the game, Keisha Cole. But my ghetto girls, right? That be going through it, right? They got to go through some pain. You know what I'm saying?
Giving it to
I was like, I'm feeling y'all, right? I'm on the other side of that. Sing to me, mommy.
They can say what they want, but we ain't never gonna have another My Life now. Even though she's trying to recreate that whole My Life now, whatever. It wasn't My Life, the original My Life by Mary J. Blige. It wasn't that album. It was a crucial time for her and Puff. They had fell off and they had picked it back up, but that first album, that first one, man, that was the second album, but that was the one. Like the collaboration was beautiful on it. Every song went into the
411, right?
No. I'm talking about the next one. I'm talking about the My Life.
Oh, My Life, okay.
Yeah, when she came out, the My Life.
First one, that's what I.
Yeah. Well, and I talked about that one too briefly, but yeah. So that My Life was it. That kind of got you through. I mean, that was like the beginning of '94 when that went wrong into at least 95, 96. Like we was still like literally listening to it in the car.
What's up, Shorts? It's my home girl, Shorts, all the way from. It's one of my oldest home girls, all the way from elementary school. Yeah, we was going to the Uncle Jam's Army shit, and you was sneaking in because your ass was too little to go.
That's how you bust her out. Hey, my favorite Mary J. Blige album is No More Drama. Oddly,
that's a good album. And
nice to me, man.
And No More Drama is it. Very seldom these days that the marquee song of the album is the song of the album. Even when I go back and listen to No More Drama is still the one on that album that have you like, yeah, Mary.
I mean, I love Mary in general, but that
yeah,
right.
I love her in general too, but I think if I just was gonna have to pick one album, it's probably gonna be Share My World.
Oh, that
motherfucker had back to back.
It would actually be like 1.1.5.
You don't skip a cut on Share My World.
Yeah,
the only difference in the two is the feelings they evoke.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
But they're both the greatest shits to me. As far as Mary J stuff go, yeah, them the greatest shits to me.
Yeah, Share My World to me was Mary's first attempt at trying to half-ass be happy, right? So her songs kind of reflect that, but you can still hear that pain, like that uncertainty, like what is this nigga really here for? Like, is it really, really real? And all that shit was all in the mix. And I was like, I feel you.
But the Share My World though really did have a nice like
it had a good vibe to it.
Like it had a nice rhythm to it. Like in songs of in fact the song arrangement, it had a nice flow.
It had a wonderful song arrangement. Like she came into it with Share My World, then she went into I Can Love You with Lil Kim, and then she then she went right into
7 Whole Days.
And then of course Robert gave her Lonely Night. So yeah, the place, the arrangement was on. Hey, I'm a Mary J. But
yeah, me too.
That arrangement of that whole album was really, really good. And I kind of feel the same way about the My Life album. When it came on, it was kind of like the swankiness. You had the recording with her and Puff in the beginning, talking about coming to the studio, don't be late. And then it kind of went to like some groovy groove songs, and then she kind of took it there, going into My Life, and stuff like that. So yeah, shout out to Mary.
Mary was the biz, man. Like a lot of people down her actual vocal talent, but
nah, that's that
A lot of
I
people
put
can't
Mary.
fuck with her,
I
though.
put Mary in that same kind of raspy,
A lot-
fucking like you know that she going through some shit
Like
as
Anita.
Aretha Franklin, right? And
Mhm.
then in the next
Or
generation,
Anita
like I
Baker.
said, it's gonna be Keisha Cole. Yeah, or Anita Baker. And then Keisha Cole is on that same shit. It's almost like I don't give a fuck if you think I can't sing. Here go the shit for you right here, right?
Right.
And you can't do nothing but feel it.
Right. No, I know. I agree. And you have your Monicas and you have your Brandies who was putting it down too and stuff like that. So hey, I ain't mad at it.
Shorts, I remember that. Boom, 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 boom. Heartbeat, you make me feel so sweet.
You always had to have a good house jam. Because house parties were still going on back then.
Hell
Real
yeah.
good ones.
Hell yeah. House parties was the shit in my neighborhood. It was
Mhm.
all the way
Open the
live.
door.
All the way.
Open the door. Open the door.
Let's jump into these movies, man.
All right. Well, how you guys want to do it? Want to go here? Let's do what is, probably true to us. Let's go with Let's go with best black movies of the decades, starting with go to the 80s. Y'all old enough. Shit. Y'all old enough for the 80s.
Well, I was looking at that, and then we're going with comedy first.
But you
We
said
go with
black movies, though,
whatever.
right?
Yeah, just what we would consider in the black genre.
Well, yeah. I'm just making sure that we ain't just shooting out movies like just any old movie. Because Wild Thing was my shit for a minute, but I ain't gonna get into that right now.
I
We can
mean,
go
I
to that
like
too.
Wild Things. You talking
With
about Wild
Charlie
Things
Sheen,
with
it's a
Neil
baseball
Campbell?
movie. No, I'm talking
No, he talking about Wild Thing with
baseball.
with the baseball movie with
No, it's
what's the
called Major
boy's
League. My
name?
bad. It was called Major League. That was the name of it. Major
Yeah,
League.
it was called Major League. That's right. But his name was Wild Thing.
His thing is yeah, exactly. Charlie Sheen shit. Yeah, that was my movie for a minute.
Charlie Sheen. Yeah, right.
Right.
Okay, but yeah, favorite black movies of the what was that 80s?
Okay, well, we going with the 80s, and I'm going with 48 Hours.
48 Hours.
I can dig that.
Tell us what you like about it.
Eddie Murphy and Nick Nolte was funny as shit. And to come back, and I even wrote a little thing down about it. So what? The original 48 Hours came out in 82, and then to come back in 1990 and do another 48 Hours that was just as fucking great. I'm gonna give it to Eddie on that. 48 Hours was a good movie. It was a good collaboration with him and Nick Nolte. They fed off each other. Nick Nolte was not trying to be white. He wasn't trying to be black. He still played the role that he played, that cop. And Eddie still played a criminal doing criminal shit.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked 48 Hours when it first came out. Shit, Keenan's saying all the shit that I was saying too. All them Eddie Murphy movies.
All Eddie Murphy movies, right?
Right.
But when it first came out, it kind of threw me off, right? Because first of all, I didn't know who the fuck Eddie Murphy was like that, right? Even though he was, big on Saturday Night Live, Saturday nights at 11:30, I was in the damn streets. I wasn't watching Saturday Night Live, so I didn't even know who he was. So when I saw the movie, just the dynamics between those two, it kind of just like threw me off. You know what I'm saying? And then Ed was just so fucking funny, you know what I'm saying? But in a real authentic street kind of way, right? You really believe that this would be a nigga that would be sitting in the cell singing off key to some fucking Roxanne,
right?
I guess it was safe to say, right, that Eddie Murphy done black well. He did black real well.
Oh yeah. He's in a couple of my tops.
Like, yeah, I mean, in terms of persona, in terms of you know, it wasn't all with the jive and all that bullshit. Like he did black well. Like he made us look cool, nigga.
Right.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying? He made us look cool, nigga. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, he definitely did. And I think that might have been the jump off for him, you know, with all of those successful movies, because it was like Beverly Hills Cops and all that shit came after that, Trading Places, and
Right. Right.
Yeah, so that was the shit. Frank.
Yes, sir. All right, so the 80s. Dude, okay, so understand this. My age is I was a baby in the 80s. So I was in the shit like Breaking and Electric Boogaloo and that type of shit. Crush Groove and like that was I was in awe of that shit. Like all movies were cool, but those the rapping cinematic joints was my shit in the 80s. Like, man, I just knew I was a break dancing fool back then, man. You know.
Goddamn right.
Wouldn't do nothing but break my ass right now trying to do that shit. But man, that shit was the coolest shit to me.
Yeah, that Turbo, Ozone, and Kelly dynamic was good.
Yeah, and I was only like 8 years old, so you know.
That's right.
Don't get me started talking about breaking.
All the way down to Disorderlies with the Fat Boys. You remember that?
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah,
that was my shit.
Yeah, and I mean, if you gonna talk about the Fat Boys, you gotta talk about Crush Groove. So
that's what I was gonna say. Out of all of the early hip hop movies, Crush Groove was my shit, but it really wasn't more. It was more about the music.
It's more like a documentary.
It was more about the music.
You know what I'm saying? It was really, like you say, it was more kind of like a fucking documentary of.
I was gonna say because you really commit the storyline for all the music that was in it. It was like you ever had a movie that was overload on music? That was Crush Groove.
That was damn sure was. They had everybody in it. Sheila E., Curtis Blow, Fat Boy, Run DMC, Beastie.
And to go back and watch Sheila E. Everybody.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody.
It's like a motion picture self-destruction song.
Right. Yeah. We're gonna put everybody on our roster in our movie. Yeah.
Right, exactly. What you do? Where you from? Bet. Get on here. Some of it you ain't heard of since.
True.
That movie was their only thing.
True.
That's right. Well, my favorite movie, black movie, any movie of the 80s, came pretty much at the end of the 80s. And again, Eddie Murphy joint, but y'all know. Come on, man, don't play with me. The OG Coming to America.
Old fashioned Coming to America.
Come on, man.
Coming to America.
Come on, man. It's the first time we've seen anybody do 37 different fucking characters. Some of them you even recognize. This was Ed and Arsenio. The storyline was cheesy as shit, but it worked. Huh?
And pull it all the way up to a nigga had to be like 13, 14, realize nigga that was
right.
For me,
that
nigga had to be 13, 14, realize he was the same motherfucker. Yeah.
And this is my thoughts on Coming to America. I'm sure there were movies before that, but they didn't compare as to quotable quote. Everybody, I mean, if you knew the whole movie, you could literally quote the whole movie.
Yeah,
as it was on.
Pretty much from start to finish through the whole movie, right?
So
classic.
No monologue.
Many movies that's that quotable like that, right?
I believe that it was all
favorite quote from Coming to America.
What is this, Elvis?
Mine isn't a quote, it's a song. It's
Queen of Beat.
My boy Oha. Yeah. She's your queen. Yeah, that's all. That's my quote.
But don't sleep on John Amos' quote when he was walking through the restaurant, introducing him. He was telling him to just like they have what he was like. They have the arches. We have the ark.
The golden arcs. Yeah, they have the Big Mac.
What he said, they have all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, except our buns don't have seeds.
Yeah. Right. Hey, yeah. Hey.
Right. Right. They have the Big Mac. We have the Big Mick.
Right.
So yeah, definitely.
And then the OG Studio Renders do, motherfucker.
Yeah, you know all that. Oh, well,
playing that falling down the stairs shit on me again.
Right? Which is like, how are you voting? You don't get paid enough to be doing this. Like, yeah. Streets on no love.
Oh, that was hilarious. That nigga fell down the stairs too, and really tried to play that shit off.
No. What about when he was like, I need to can I get another apartment? I need to look for it.
Yeah, I need to look for it, right.
Samuel Jackson was like, you can have my apartment. This is real
shithole. Yeah.
Keena said the boy has money.
And when I say he has money, I mean he got his own money. Yeah. Yes.
No.
Fuck you too.
What he said, he makes Daryl look like a Gert Ho. He said he makes him look like a what he said?
Make Daryl look like a goat herder or no.
Right.
I don't know what you're talking about. I gotta remember. So,
my cousin say Pee Wee Herman.
Hey, Pee Wee's Big Top was the shit though.
It was.
Yeah. It did go hard. Yeah.
Look, Pee Wee was
tell Large Mars sent you.
I was just gonna say
he was one of the first motherfuckers.
It was a night just like this.
Mm-hmm.
Pee Wee was one of the first ones to get canceled by the woke culture.
Right. Because he was in the little fucking
out of there.
And that nigga was in the motherfucking
out of there.
Movie theaters playing with himself and shit.
Right. Like,
that don't mean he has a movie. But he had the Saturday time slot.
Yeah.
He had a time. He was a man.
Yeah. He was one. I think what it was is they was like he was just way too influential with the kids and shit, right? And then that mugshot just killed him off too. Right?
For real.
It's like, damn, this is Pee Wee working with.
Go and give it.
That nigga looked like a real degenerate, right?
Right. Niggas look like, is that what that was?
It got bad for him real quick. Oh, Nick.
And he finally fell into it. What it do, man? Me and you.
What's going on?
You later than me, though.
Look at that
boy. What's up with your boy?
Shit, man. Trying to make it, you know.
That's right. I had to click off just now. My neighbor, right? My neighbor's, I got an older lady that's my neighbor, right? Older black lady. She cool as shit too, right? And she always trying to look out for me. You know how I am, Michelle. We don't be, you ain't got to do me nothing, right? For whatever I do for you. Right. So you ain't got to bring me no pies and no cakes, no leftover chicken and none of that, right? And I'm telling her, well, I'm live right now on the air doing the podcast. And she's like, oh, okay. And just kept on talking. That's
what they do, though.
Don't pay me, no, never mind.
My grandmother on you. Like,
exactly.
It's hard to get on my grandmother out.
She don't even know what you meant when you said podcast.
She'll turn the whole conversation into a dinner. And she gonna tell you want to feed you. Yeah, that's what they do, bro.
I felt all rude trying to get away from the door early and shit.
Right, to make you feel bad about wanting to leave. Yeah.
Nick,
how you feeling, baby boy? What you been up to?
Oh man, just living life, man. Enjoying myself, man. You know what I'm saying? So always good to come on. See what we talking about today. What y'all got going on?
Movies,
we're talking about the best movies. You just right in time to jump right in.
Man, yeah, because we was just in the middle of the 80s.
What's your best black movie of the 80s?
Best black movie of the 80s. I would say all black cast or just mix.
Just, however you want to characterize it. If you think of it as a black movie because it got a black character, whatever.
Or black just loved by black people.
Black movie.
The Color Purple.
Hey.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Hey,
okay.
Alice Walker, critically acclaimed. Can't take nothing away from. Let me tell you one thing, and that's another quotable movie. With an all-star cast, every actor in that movie, literally, who was an actor, a key person, is actually doing something.
Can I say something right quick? Don't switch topic though. But look, The Color Purple to me is the second best all-star black cast movie ever. First, Harlem Nights.
Yeah, That was the I could say that
I
right
ain't gonna
there.
be able to beat that. I wouldn't care who you put together now. You can't beat that cast, man.
Oh no,
Okay.
That
I will
shit was
shoot your pinky
that
toe
was
off.
all the way
No,
down to
no.
Robin Harrison, bro. Like that's ridiculous. But yeah,
Yeah.
Color Purple
Well,
was dope
you
though.
know what,
My
Nick?
grandmother used to make us literally watch the Color Purple.
Mhm.
Frank, I'm gonna say this too while we talking about that. Because there was a difference in it to me. Color Purple introduced people who weren't already introduced to the world.
Right.
You know, because I don't believe Danny Glover had already went to the ones that he was doing with Mel Gibson. Yeah, I don't believe he had started those yet. Oprah wasn't big yet.
No, I don't think so either.
That's what I said. So
And
now,
Oprah was just
when
fresh.
you take it
Oprah
back
was
to
fresh on
Harlem
her
Nights,
thing.
I didn't expect it to be nothing
The
but
only one
great.
that was really OG, I believe, was Whoopi Goldberg. Like in terms of acting and all
That's
that
what I'm
type of
saying.
shit that everybody
Nobody
That was her first movie
too.
was
That was her
established.
first movie.
Yeah, but
Did
she
she
had
go to
Jumpin' Jack Flash
Flash?
before that though.
But
No,
they,
that
but
was
what I'm
after.
saying is
Did
that
she?
That was
Not,
after.
did she? Yeah, that was after.
Jumpin' Jack. Yeah.
they wasn't nobody. None of that marquee cast were really.
I think the most famous might have been at that time Margaret Avery or somebody like that, because she had, all that old school acting shit, going on.
Right.
Suge Avery.
Yeah.
Her name Margaret.
But that's
I think
crazy
she
though, because
died too.
and thinking about it though, okay, so the difference is the cast, for the most part, of The Color Purple evolved into greatness. Everybody on there is just like phenomenal. Okay.
Oh no! Wait! The one that had the most movies was the daddy of what you would call it, the old man. Maybe he played in that war movie with Denzel Washington and stuff.
Pops.
What is his name?
Pops. Yeah, he played
the one that
Glory.
played in Glory.
In Glory, yeah, I seen him in some other stuff.
Glory, but that first movie,
he was like a dancer or something in one of them or some shit. I seen him in a couple different movies. In the 80s.
He played in Glory and the Soldier Boy. Yeah.
The Soldier Boy was tight. Yeah, he was like, what you doing right here, boy? Look at the house.
He was the same asshole in all of them.
Yeah. But
that's his character. That's his character, man.
He started on Broadway though.
You an asshole.
Yeah.
He started on Broadway, because I want to say that that he was actually in the Raising of the Sun.
Sorry, Keith.
You know what I'm saying? The Raising in the Sun.
The first adaptation, the one with Sidney Poitier?
Yeah, I think that the daddy who played daddy was in the Raising in the Sun.
Oh, you mean like the first stage play of it?
Yeah, the first stage play of it. Because that's how he got, you know what I'm saying? That's how he got into the whole little mix. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but that movie right there prolific on a whole nother levels, because it showed you where people was doing a transition into where they ended up at. You know what I'm saying? That people that was having things, and actually be affluent, if you want to say, and they still had to be faced when they went to the city with all kind of, you know what I'm saying, raw kind of little things, but they had there all the way to the juke joint.
Me being the piranha guppy of the pond, I had to literally grow up to appreciate that movie. Like I had to learn and watch it over the years and start paying attention to learn the movie. It took me a while to understand that movie.
It was like it was like so prolific as in what's happening now. How many times now has that same scenario happened? That wasn't even a lot of money. I'm gonna say it again. It wasn't even a lot of money, but
it counted.
He argued with every family member with that money. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't even to them. It was like for that time, but how many times now? Insurance policies, anything. That was real. I kind of had that was very real, because that's like like how we gonna act when you win the lottery? How are we gonna act?
I guess that would depend on the person, actually.
Right. He wasn't strong enough to handle that money in the beginning.
That's what I was gonna say. In that case, that
money
was gonna it would have ruined him worse than it did.
Yeah, because he wasn't the one. Out of all our family members didn't know, it shouldn't have been put in his hands. I would have probably said put it in the sister's hands before they put it in his hands. But in the end, after he lost everything, he appreciated it more. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's the whole thing. You know, but then the one thing about when that movie came out, I seen everybody from school at the movies with their family. I mean, in droves. You know, I remember my mom got me out of school. I was like, "Where we going?" She said, "Don't worry about it." We lived across the river at the time. We lived on the West Bay, and yeah, everybody at school was at the movie that night, sitting there. You know what I'm saying, watching this movie. Then the mamas crying and the daddies crying. You know what I'm saying? Because how at the end that it all came together. You know what I'm saying? So it was a good look.
That
You know what I'm saying? For
that's
real.
what I think was a great look though. The end part of the color purple thing was dope. The
Yeah.
cinematic look of it and everything was dope.
But I gotta keep it gangster though. In the 90s, you know what I'm saying? It was a toss up. You had the King of New York with Lawrence Fishburne, and then the in the early 2000s, it was Shotas. That was the other movie. I don't know if y'all love
For
on
me,
that.
it was Higher
But
Learning.
we ain't got up there yet.
Oh, I
Oh,
thought
okay, all right.
We're doing the end of the 80s.
Okay, into the 80s, and I think the other one was I can't even front. It was Crush Groove and Breaking.
That's what I
Yeah, we
said.
talked about
me.
that. Yep.
That was me. Me and you.
You
Me
know
and
what I'm
We
saying?
already talked
Me
about
and
it.
you, man.
Yep.
I see the building.
You know what I'm saying? I think Breaking was, you know what I'm saying, okay, just put in perspective, like the New York perspective, right? But Breaking, you know what I'm saying?
That was the shit. Just the
Yeah.
cinematic,
That
just
was
the
a
dancing,
whole
just
other level.
the story. Yeah, it was nice. It was one
You know
of
what I'm
my
saying?
man. I told you, I thought I was ozone around this bitch. You couldn't tell
Oh
me
yeah.
You know
Shabba-dooed
what?
up around this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Shabba-doo
I
with the
thought I
broom.
could do all.
You trying to do with the broom?
Key, Nick,
Huh?
small fact.
What?
Breaking is always gonna be near and dear to my heart. I actually watched Breaking. I went to the movies with my cousins, and I was the
Yeah.
youngest one at the theater in New Road before it closed down.
Okay,
So
yeah,
I saw
by the bus
Breaking
station.
at the King Theater in New Road before it closed down.
Yeah. That was the
Yeah, man.
that's
That was
hey,
a nice movie.
So
That's
it's
what I'm
always
saying.
gonna be near and dear to my heart because and it's like and I remember the night so well. Like it's and to say
yeah.
I was that young. So you know it's shout out to Breaking. It's always gonna
Well,
be one of the
All the time. Yep. Shout out to
nostalgia for
Breaking,
me.
for real,
Right,
for
for
real.
real.
what, hey, but you got lucky though going to the movie theater over there by the other church over there. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
it was
Across the
one
river.
and done. That was the first one and the last one I saw there.
Okay, all right. Cause I was like, we only dreamt about going over there. we didn't get to go up there. You know what I'm saying? We had to you know, my Uncle Hip house, that's where we watched TV at. It played in the backyard. That was it.
You
On
had to
Cars
spend
Grove.
every summer and every holiday in New Road to get that.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Can
okay.
y'all
Well, yeah, I was
remember the feeling you got when you first got actual cable television, though? I mean, the feeling cable brought into your life when it first started.
Mm.
The feeling seeing the
yeah.
HBO slide across your screen when it first slid across your screen. That was the greatest shit.
I would top that with the first VCR though.
That too. But I mean, you didn't need to go nowhere to get cable,
VHS.
though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
it was
VHS.
VCRs was cool and that was dope.
But
True that.
but
I mean, just
VCR or VHS, you can record some stuff.
true.
Oh,
But
yeah.
you would always have to find that tape and hope it don't break. All you gotta do is turn your TV on
Yeah.
and watch some movies. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the greatest shit to me. That was just wondrous. Like, wow. You know what I'm saying?
See, you got lucky, Frank, because all we did is go outside and play. If we had a bike, you know what I'm saying, we was all over.
Oh no, don't get it twisted. That's all we did too. And we had Nintendo
Okay.
and all that good. But couldn't touch that shit till 6 o'clock. And by 9 o'clock,
Oh,
we
yeah.
had to be in the bed. So yeah, nigga, we had all that shit. But we wasn't in the house. My mom wasn't playing that shit. If we was
Oh,
in the
yeah.
house, we was cleaning up and taking a nap, nigga. And we wasn't finna do none of those.
Your sister said The Last Dragon.
I'm
That
not
too.
messing with people with that. I already know what's going on. The Last Dragon.
Bruce
Somebody-
Leroy.
Every black person in their life gotta watch Black. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I got my stripes. I watched it, but still, we
Yeah,
not gonna
still.
sit there
The Last
and
Dragon was
act
a shit
like
though.
that
That's
was
like
the
probably 4
best
or
piece
5
of
on
cinematic
the list.
movie
You know
that
what
was ever made. We not gonna do
Yeah,
it.
Shout out to
Okay.
Bob. We had
The
cable
Last
too. We
Dragon.
probably wasn't the first
Always,
one with
somebody
it, but we
always
always had
gotta
it once
throw
we
in
had
The
it.
Last Dragon.
Yeah, we always had it once we had it, but you know,
Yeah.
it was great,
But-
wondrous. It was the greatest thing to me. Greatest thing since Saturday morning cartoons. Goddamn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So let me see
All right,
what
let's
else.
let's let's jump to the 90s. And instead of y'all favorites, let me just ask y'all, how did y'all feel about this?
Love.
Oh,
Oh,
One of the greatest
Yeah,
movies
not-
in American cinematic history, period.
93, baby. 93. It's the place to be.
Period.
Yeah. Period. You know what I'm saying? I
Boy-
still, every time that, what's on This
Like-
Me and You come on by Tony Toe, that's the
Fucking
first thing
Gone
that
with the
comes to your mind.
Wind.
It's that movie.
Boy, that
They
shit.
say
Boys in the
either
Hood is
they
one of the
don't,
greatest.
either they don't
cinematic
know
pieces
or
of
they don't
fucking
care
film.
about
Or
what's
they
going
don't
on in the
show,
hood.
and they don't care about
Yeah.
what's on the
Going
page.
down in
One
the
of the
hood.
greatest. When my man Furious hit him up about do we got boats and guns?
Yeah.
Do we boat
Yeah.
the shit in? Do we drive? Greatest pieces of cinematic
Yeah.
in history.
Yeah.
Nigga.
Oh, and shout out to Lawrence Fishburne. He been on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Fish is in a couple of. He's in a couple of
He in a
my all-time
All
classics.
time,
King of
yeah.
New
Yeah.
York.
Me too.
What's Love
Me too.
got
Yeah.
to do with it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
he been
saying? Fish is the shit.
he
No, but-
been up.
Yeah.
So I got to take it back, man. Cornbread, Earl, and Me.
Well, that's
Hey,
that's the 70s.
hold on,
I know, but I'm
That's the
saying,
70s.
Hold on,
but he
though.
really
Wait,
got
hold
down
on.
in that movie, though.
Why when my uncles
You know what
told me that shit, I thought it was three people. I thought Cornbread Earl and Earl was two different motherfuckers. And
I think I might have thought that. I saw the movie at the drive-in. My mama took us to see the movie when it first came
Yeah.
out.
See, pull that,
And,
pull that
when
up.
she
I
said-
gotta see what that monkey look like. Pull that up.
What?
Cornbread Earl and Me.
Cornbread Earl
Yeah.
and Me. I thought them was three different motherfuckers. My uncle
Yeah,
said that shit.
Fish was a kid. He's like
Yeah,
10
he was a
years
kid.
old. So
But
was,
but on that
right after
same
he
token,
did-
though, Nash, if you gonna go with
Hmm?
that, then you gotta give it up for Uptown Saturday Night. Every which
Well,
way but up. I mean,
And,
you gotta
and
give
this
it to
is
them
where I
because
fall back at.
Okay, well, I got one better than that, right? Coolie High. If you really want to get with it,
I've
Coolie
seen
High.
That's
High,
back
too.
in the
That one I
70s
have
too.
seen.
Mom
High.
say get off
I've
the
seen
break front.
Uptown Saturday Night too.
Yeah.
But I
Mom
was
say
born
get
in
off
the
the
70s.
break front.
I was born at the end of the 70s.
but look, so I very,
Damn right.
yeah. But 93, when that movie came out, I think, you know what I'm saying, it got hit with it was so much of a good message up there. They was actually trying to ban that movie. You know what I'm saying? You had to go at a special time.
Which one
because
you talking about? You talking about Boys in the Hood?
Yeah.
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 I went back to the I went back to Boys in the Hood. Because we said
I
it
mean,
was
it
over the
wasn't
70s.
easy to George Singleton with Boys in the Hood. Yeah.
Yeah. But not
I
only
think
that,
y'all
though,
said that. Yeah.
Boys in the Hood came out, and it was really kind of the first movie that kind of really touched those of us that had kind of grew up underneath that same kind of shit, right? It felt real as opposed to somebody trying to tell a story based upon somebody telling them a story.
like
So
Tucker.
and you know, John Singleton got that connection to my neighborhood, all that kind of shit, right? So it felt like the movie belonged to me. However, in terms of the actual reality of how that shit was looking when we was doing our thing, whatever and shit out in the streets, being grown as kids, Minister Society, man, you can't get no realer.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, yeah.
O-Dog was
Oh,
the
yeah.
realest motherfucker out, the realest,
that was
craziest.
literally-
Everybody know a O-Dog, goddammit.
That was
How about that?
literally-
Everybody
Everybody.
know a fucking O-Dog.
Everybody.
Hey, that
I don't
was
care
us, except we
what
had, like,
Lorenz
three other
Tate
people.
do. You can't. You.
He can't get
That
it.
can never not be
So
your
no.
walk.
That's
Yeah.
O-Dog.
The craziest motherfucker alive. Nigga.
Yep.
Right.
Look, I still
Right.
say
Straight
they say,
gangster, nigga.
Nick Nash, you got your you know it.
And you know it.
You know it while shaking that leg right there. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
But
look your cousin in front of your face, and you ain't gonna do
Man.
nothing.
yeah.
You ain't gonna do
Right.
nothing.
Right.
Nothing. You know what I'm saying? Look,
Don't
hey,
die, Kane.
nobody wanted to
Stay
push a
up,
BMW.
Kane.
You didn't see nobody pushing no BMW after that for a while. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, nah, but that popped off to 5.0 though.
You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. Oh, the 5.0.
That,
Yeah.
that
90
popped off.
94.
That movie made the 5.0 the shit. Period. If it wasn't for that movie, that car would have been that goddamn hot.
Keena said it's
So,
still
but
as real as snowfall.
Real spill, bro. Real spill,
Yeah.
bro.
But look, in both of those movies, right? It was so because you got to understand. I lived in that world too.
Snowfall
That was
feel
like
real
the
as shit too, and I lived that
Oh, yeah.
shit. So
Right.
Yeah,
that shit feel real, real, real.
Right.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
Me and my
it's like,
homie had a cold conversation. What's up, Top? Shout out to my
TikTok.
little homie Top. Not that Top.
Oh,
my
okay.
little homie Top. My little big homie. And we had a cold conversation about the whole little Snowfall shit. That shit is
Yeah.
hilarious right now, but real as
Mhm.
fuck, right?
Yeah.
Let's see, we still in the 90s impact movies. How about this?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
All day.
Now that right there
felt real too, because that's also
Yeah.
us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because it was a reality. You knew people that sat on the porch all day. You had
Just like
nobody
that.
to-
That was us.
Yeah,
Just
but
like
not only
that.
though,
That was us.
experience a nigga like first time smoking weed, know that shit, like the trip off of it, know that shit, nigga, that was us.
That nigga Smokey said, Craig, how you get fired on your day off?
Day off.
What?
Hey, but the thing is, that still tough.
We all know a nigga that got fired on his day off, right?
Oh yeah.
On some
Hey,
shit,
right
nigga,
now,
on some
That
right
nigga
now.
talking to the homie and shit like, yeah, man, when Monday come around, nah, man, they let you go, right? You know
Yeah. What you mean? Let me call Frank.
And I'm gonna say this: that movie wasn't supposed to have that many more chapters to it, but because you did have John Witherspoon, Chris Tucker,
Yeah.
and Ice Cube, they were able to make 3 of those movies. Without that cast, after the first one, it would have been a one and done.
Well, Chris
Because
Tucker
you had
didn't do,
those
he never
three
did
pivotal
nothing but the
Chris Tucker
first one.
didn't do but the first one.
He only did the first one, but Mike
Who?
Epps came in.
I agree.
Chris Tucker.
I agree.
He only
No.
did the first one. Mike Epps did all the
Mike
rest
Epps
of it.
did. Yeah,
But look,
Mike Epps did the second one. He
They
had
ain't
Brian
motherfucking
Anthony,
ass. They
right?
Yeah.
was up in that
Right.
bitch for real.
Right.
Look,
Right.
Yeah.
But shout out
Look,
though.
right.
Shout out to Mike Epps though. Yeah, right. Because he
I
did
believe
take that over from Smokey.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
believe that the trilogy was all Q. His writing,
Oh yeah.
his vision,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
aside from the cast, which was dope, it couldn't have been done by nobody else.
Well,
Oh,
because
no.
everybody, but you know what? It was cute, but he had damn so good supporting actors, like my sister said. You know, you
Yeah,
had your Cat Williams, you had, like you said, you had your Mike Epps. He had John Witherspoon, because all of them was considered supporting actors. So
If the
yes,
movies were
supporting
wackly
actors was
written,
pivotal in helping Q with the movie, right?
oh yeah, for sure. The cast is. That's why above all the trilogy, aside from the first one is stupid classic. We gonna separate those. Out of 2 and 3, 2 is my favorite one.
Yeah, 2 was a good one.
2 is my favorite
enjoyed
one. That shit was hilarious to me.
Yeah.
3
Yeah,
I couldn't live without. I
I
mean, it
can
was
live
funny,
without
but
3, but 2 was damn good.
2 was
right.
hilarious.
Yeah.
And when the niggas put up in a rancho, I'm like, nigga, they ain't got no sign like that in rancho. What the fuck is that sign at?
Yeah. I was saying, for real. Where's that sign at?
Right,
Yeah,
they ain't got no sign like that in Rancho Cucamonga, nigga. Where's that sign at?
Let me throw y'all a curve.
And you're not gonna talk about it and not talk about Pinky.
Oh
That-
yeah. Now
You made me spend this jack about $200 nigga.
What?
Tighten up, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but no. Wait. I got. Look.
Say it again, nigga.
I got one.
Say it again,
I got-
nigga. Say it again.
No,
I got one for you.
Man. I got a girlfriend and a wife on the side.
Hey, but the thing is, right? Y'all forgot about CB4. You know, our folks was did the voiceover for that, man. You know,
No, we ain't forgot about
yeah, we really had to. We really did.
We ain't forget about CB4.
It was cool, but
hey, but
Chris-
you know, Crawford.
Chris
Crawford
Rock
did,
tried to forget about CB4, but hey,
right.
we ain't
Hey,
forgot
but
about CB4.
But Mac, you know, Crawford did High C did the raps for Chris Rock in that. You know that, right?
I did not know that.
He did the cover music for that. That was the thing, like with Froggy Style and all that came out. You know what I'm saying? Yep, Crawford did all the little voiceovers for that. You know, saying the rap part.
Soundtrack though, because that was my jam. The one with Dr. Dre and Snoop.
Oh yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That was
Yep.
yeah. You know, Bow Wow Wow, you see Derrick Rose in the motherfucking how. Yeah. That was dope.
Hey, but
I didn't forget about him. I just I I got a whole different category for Spike, except for Malcolm.
Yeah.
Spike is,
Okay,
Spike
so
is
see
a
here's
homo.
here's the
Spike be
thing
on
about
some whole
Spike.
other shit.
Right,
Spike
but
is a
Spike
homo.
he didn't have
And if you're gonna ask
yeah.
me what my favorite Spike one is, if that's what we going to it, then yeah,
School
Spike is a homo.
school days.
All day.
School days.
All
Yeah.
day. All day for me. All day
Yeah.
for me.
Well, you know
Doing
what?
the butt. No, it's not.
School Days was the shit. It was
All
classic.
School days was the shit.
Um,
But if you gonna even skip over School Days and do the right thing, I guess what I'm gonna say contemporary Spike Lee movie, I'm gonna have to say Inside Man. That shit was so good.
Oh, he
I
did that? I did
wanted
not
a
know
part.
that.
I still want a part 2 of Inside Man.
I did not know Spike Lee did Inside Man.
I
You
didn't
couldn't
either.
tell with Denzel walking on the conveyor belt, that scene that
I didn't
I
know.
just never tripped.
Right.
never
That's
tripped.
crazy. Yeah, that was the shit too. Yeah.
Well,
I
I'm
think
gonna
that's one of. I think I read somewhere that was still one of the most anticipated part 2 movies that we just did not
Didn't
get.
get. Yeah.
Because you wanted to
Well-
know that how did he even know that?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
how did he even know about the diamond? How did he even know
Yeah.
about to do with the war crimes? He had to be related to the people that old boy had ripped off or sold out to the Nazis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the little
Yeah.
bullshit ass B-rated part 2 that they got is whack.
Hey,
Yeah.
but the thing is, it was so cold with the mind. It played up with your mind. You know what I'm saying? And nobody said nothing. It was like swept under the rug. It's like, oh well.
I
You know what I'm
didn't
saying?
know Spike did that though. That was my shit.
Yeah.
Sure
Okay,
didn't
so
either.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So
dope.
my thing,
Yeah,
my
Spike
thing
did
was
that.
That's dope.
the ultimate Spike Lee movie was She Gotta Have It.
She got that was
Well,
dope.
that was the first one, but I don't know. It was just a little too dull when you. It's too low. It's too artsy when you compare it to all
Okay.
the rest of the big budget
Black and
Spike
white,
Lee
yeah.
films. You know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying? It's
compared
black and
to
white.
Jungle Fever and
You know,
right,
it's
and
all pretty much shot, damn near in one apartment. You know what I'm saying? It's one fucking scene other than the outside shit. Right. You know what I'm saying? And then the subject matter right now in today's consciousness, it kind of paints Spike Lee as being kind of a one-dimensional male, right? Just the way that he wrote Nola Darling. You know what I'm saying? Even though he was thinking that he was writing her as being so progressive and in charge of her shit, in charge of her sexuality, the way that she comes off is kind of needy and dependent upon each one of the individual dudes that she's fucking with. Like nobody kind of can satisfy her. And I think that's just some bullshit in today's society. Right. So I would, he'll fuck around and get canceled. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, you would.
Playing with people and shit, bringing up some goddamn, she's got to have it. Hey, but you know what? They I think it might have been Netflix. It was somebody who last year, somebody I'm subscribed
to a series.
They had a whole fucking series.
They had redid it.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah, it was some
but
shit
shout
too.
out though because it boosted Teresa Randall career.
Well, yeah.
So look, since we're in the 90s, I gotta say this, and this is me because I am the guppy again of the Piranha Pond. House Party, man.
Oh,
that was my shit. You know, like
Kid and Play was very pivotal. What
the fucking Full Force was on, nigga.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Robin Harrison was
Martin.
on, nigga. AJ Johnson was on, nigga, even though his part was small.
That was so crazy. I mean, when you saw Bow-Legged and you realize Full Force was in this movie.
Right. Hey, can you
like?
imagine they played them niggas off as high school niggas in that movie?
Right. Grown ass motherfucking man.
Stupid grown looking ass motherfucking man.
Nobody.
The buffest dudes in America. The buffest dudes in America.
All of the motherfuckers got razor bumps and stretch
giveaways.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Jerry Curl mullets. Jerry Curl mullets.
But that shit was hilarious though.
But shout out to AJ Johnson because it did push her career too.
Yes, sir. AJ Johnson
was already established, but
Martin Lawrence.
No, Martin Lawrence was the man.
Bilal,
You know what I'm saying? Like
some of the early days.
Bilal, man, like
Bilal.
That whole story was live. From that
did
nigga
y'all see
getting
this?
arrested.
Let's see. Woo!
Oh yeah.
Tina.
Oh yeah.
Do it.
You know it's hard out here on one, right?
All the time. Hey, it ain't gonna never get no better.
Tina, Keener, you saw
Throw
it
it out here on the
quote.
real
What
one,
he
y'all.
say?
I just want y'all to know, right?
Ain't gonna never get no better, nigga. Toughen your
What he
skin.
say? Push that shit out. Push that
Yeah,
shit out.
Push that one
push
out.
it out. Hustler
that
flow,
was-
yes sir, yes sir.
My nigga
Yeah.
Terrence Howard was off the chain, right?
Yeah.
I think he embodied that whole movie all the way to his career right now. Like you can't. Hey, I think he just took on that character forever. You know what I'm saying? All the way to Lucius the Lion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's like
I mean, other than this movie, Lucius Lyon is basically them did his too.
It's
Yeah,
based
that's
on
the whole
the
thing.
show. You're right.
It's him with a little bit of money.
Right.
Him-
Yeah.
Look,
But what else did he
that's
do
the
though that was just like
realization. They both
magnified
played
like
in
that?
it.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But what else did he
You know what
do
I'm saying?
that was magnified like that? That everybody was like, "Oh, Terrence Howard was shit in this." Nothing.
But you know what? Shout out to them. They actually had got 3 6 months. They had actually got an Academy Award for the song.
A Grammy.
That's what I hear
Yeah.
from
Okay.
Yeah, fucking
Oscar,
3 6
Oscar.
Mafia.
And look,
Yeah,
and that
blew,
Academy,
that blew
that
his
Academy
motherfucking
Awards
mind.
was it was so awkward because it was like that's when they were starting to like really like let categories like that, movies like that, well, you can't deny a movie when it gets that much acclaim. So it came into play as a being a contender. But them performing it there, I was mad that she had to be so awkward because
Right. But listen, though,
Taraji on the stage singing his heart out here for a pimp. Like
you can go ahead and say it because I'm gonna say it. The nigga thought they made a mistake,
right.
but he said the nigga made.
Well, yeah, because
They
they got an
thought
Oscar,
they made
right?
them niggas paused like, oh, they made
Right.
that shit?
Look,
Oh
but can't you see that though? The excitement in getting nominated and being like, oh, but I gotta perform this song in front of all
They
these
did their
people.
shit. They
In
did their
front of
shit.
all
But they
these
did that.
people.
She performed the hell out there too. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, it wasn't like they was performing that shit at the Summer Jam.
Right. It was a little different than doing it at the summer jam. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
think,
That's
yeah,
like
that
that.
was-
Yeah, they had actually got the Oscar for that. Yeah.
That's dope though. I mean, shout out 3 6 Mafia, man. They own.
We're crunchy.
Did they shit.
We're
Crunchy Black is hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I seen
His
Crunchy
name
Black in the
itself.
interview day before yesterday. Crunchy Black is still Crunchy Black.
He
Talking
better
about
be.
killing the nigga for Boosie. He's like, I ain't never
But
met
they
Boosie,
dropped him. I'm still
but
mad
he can
with
call me. He can call me.
Yeah.
I'm still mad they dropped Crunchy.
Hey, but people don't
Boom,
look,
nigga.
but people don't know that he was like the one that brought the gangster walk all the
The
way
real
from,
street
like,
shit, right?
Yeah,
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
And like that's a whole phenomenon by itself. You know what I'm saying? Like that whole gangster walk. So you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Lost Infamous. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't around to see all the little things. You know what I'm saying? That was actually how they, Memphis rappers, 8 Ball and MJG. You know what I'm saying? How all that came out to be prolific and all this. You know what I'm saying? Music
How
thing.
crazy was the explosion of the Southern music though?
Oh yeah, but
That
it always
shit blew up like a fucking atom bomb, nigga.
But the thing is, in New Orleans, we always had it.
And they wanted
Yeah,
to not,
but in New Orleans, you always had it, nigga. I'm talking
they
about all
want.
over
Let
the
me tell you
world.
one thing. They try to suppress it as much as they could. They try to suppress. They try to suppress trap. They try to suppress bounce
Yeah,
rap.
once it was
They
open,
try
the
to.
floodgates open, nigga. It's crazy. It was
They try to suppress all that stuff as long as they could. T.I. wasn't gonna let them deny
once
him.
them levees broke.
Yeah.
No pun intended. My
So-
bad. New Orleans.
but
Love
the thing
y'all,
is, right? But
Love
everybody
y'all.
still had to go to Texas to South by Southwest. You know what I'm saying? That was the whole thing. So when you went down there, everybody had the music bumping. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, you know what I'm saying? So when you got into the South, yeah, it was relatively apparent because that's what they see from Freaknik all the way back. Like everybody, if you think about it, everybody who came to California, you know what I'm saying, Chicago, all that, they came from the South. Everybody from the South. Somebody's relatives is from the South. So if you had that hard drum bass or whatever, but I tell you what, New Orleans was a whole different monster for me though. You know what I'm saying? A whole different monster because, if people know about the Autograph Club, we used to go to the Autograph Club, you know what I'm saying, St. Bernard, and this was like this on the side of the house, other than Bobby Blue Blend and Bobby Womack, you know what I'm saying?
And them
You
upgrades,
get that-
Them dudes is my grandfather's two favorite blues artists, and that's all this was blues.
Yeah, but then people forget about they had the World's Fair in New Orleans in '84. You know what I'm saying? All the breakdancing and all that stuff came out right there too. You know what I'm saying? So that whole scene, was, really, really cracking.
Really? I didn't even know that. I bet you that would have been dope. Well,
It was dope.
'84, I was only 6, but still.
Yeah, you could have went, but
I bet you that would have been dope.
Still talk about that World Fair.
Yeah, it was off the chain.
Yeah, I can imagine
still talk about that
world.
I would have never. They still talk about that world. They still.
Yeah, because that's where everything came in. The Riverwalk, the convention center, I
can just imagine just knowing the type of place New Orleans is, like type of place, the way it's set up. I bet you that shit was dope.
It was cracking, and I had witness to it. You know what I'm saying? It was on. You know what I'm saying? Because that's when you could go outside and ride your bike. You know what I'm saying? Be uptown. Look, you got 4 cousins, 5 cousins. Y'all was out. You know what I'm saying? There was no such thing. It's like, being home when the street lights come on, but bring me a beer and go to the man and give me some cigarettes. But give me slims, bitches and hedges. You know what I'm saying? So, so we was already going.
Hey, that's California too, though. That's all we did.
Yep.
Speaking of going to get somebody some shit, did y'all get the chance to see?
Oh
yeah. Now that one right there, dog. That one mind played me the whole way, though.
Why? Somebody made you a pie. Somebody made you a pie, Leclerc.
No, I don't get down like that.
Right.
I don't
listen,
they still play it every other Sunday. Enough to just throw a monkey wrench in your whole goddamn day.
Yeah.
Okay, so look, right, aside from the whole roots thing, I never really imagined, our people fucking with people food, even if they are, adversaries.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I just never, and then when that happened, I was like, that kind of took me somewhere else. Yeah, I mean, it kind of soured it for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because you never know, because we give people say, oh, go up in there and get that. We ain't going to leave nothing around.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That was just unnecessary. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
They could have did something else.
They ain't one of my favorite movies. I mean, it don't really sound well with me. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean.
So Hidden Figures was actually my movie. I like
that.
Yeah,
now, Hidden Figures.
That was coming up on the list.
Hidden Figures was gangster.
The help pissed me off, but I don't know if it's for the same reason as it pissed y'all off. All them fucking black folks in servitude to white people movies just pissed me the fuck off. Because I always say, I'd have been slapped somebody in the mouth, they'd have hung my ass up in the back off the pecan tree or some shit like that, right? Mm-hmm. Me being who I am, and then just seeing the type of shit that, because all of those movies are really about tolerating the fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? Us, being strong enough to tolerate. Right. And then the climax of the story is, they fought back. You know what I'm saying? But everybody else get to fight back from jump fucking shit. Like right? We gotta go through all that bullshit. Right?
Yeah, I feel
so,
that.
It kind of pissed me off that
no matter who made them know.
For the girl to just be consistently humiliated by this old ass woman and shit, to finally just have had enough. Because how many years was she in service to the woman before she hit her with the pie?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's the one whole thing that, I can't even wrap my mind around it, because, saying at the end of the day, we still going to have our integrity, you know what I'm saying? And still get that energy up, and that's the part where I say sometimes it just takes the integrity out of the whole thing. And it's not, we know that we'll walk away and starve. You know what I'm saying? They got to put up with that all the way. Or like you said, you'll be hanging from a tree. So when the atmosphere get messed up, it's like, you know what? I'm not gonna lose my life over me trying to make a point, because like you said, we have to be, you know what I'm saying? We have to give up all our integrity to, deal with this, to say for at the time probably was like 50 cents a day in a loaf of bread and a pound of luncheon meat. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, all them kind of movies like that, they piss me off, because you have to go through, all the degradation before you get to the smack a nigga in the mouth shit. Right. However, my boy, He ain't wait for none of that shit. He's
Right
with the
on,
shit.
right on, nigga. The Jackass.
My boy. He's
Yeah.
with the shits.
Yeah.
From
I'm finna go get my bitch.
first 5 minutes, goddammit.
I'm finna go get my bitch. I don't give a what y'all talking about, nigga.
Who that nigga on that nag?
Right.
said
Who
that
is that nigga?
nigga
On that man. Nigga.
He's supposed to talk to white folk like that.
I think I watched that movie about 50 times. No bullshit.
Man, I think
Time
I watched that
after
movie
time.
about that twice, maybe.
Yeah. I
But when
think
he
that
took that whip and he whipped that nigga, when he whipped that
Oh,
dude,
Whoop
yeah.
his ass. No, nigga. Did you see when he shot old girl out the frame?
yeah, that
Yeah.
When he was
was
like, say bye to Miss Lucy, Bobby, shut that bitch out the frame.
You know what I'm saying? But
Nigga.
shout out to
Wow.
Leonardo DiCaprio because he really played Mr. Candy and
Wow.
Samuel Jackson for playing Steven.
Oh,
So-
yeah,
Because
Steve.
I know he had to endure
Oh my
playing
God.
But you know what?
And he couldn't come
know-
out that makeup. He couldn't come up out that makeup all
Nah.
day. So you
Yeah.
Steven, nigga, you Steven all
But
day.
they were saying that nigga really got into that shit, though. That nigga really got in that nigga.
They going for the Marvel shit.
Fuck you,
They
niggas,
going for
nigga.
Nick Fury
Y'all
because
niggas in there smoking, I'm telling.
Outlive Django.
Hey, the most prolific part of that one is that he was a bounty hunter. You know what I'm saying? And people in during that time when they was hanging African Americans, they was like, "Oh, you clean it up."
Nigga bounty
Look,
hunters. Yeah.
look, the thing is,
Right.
they was like, "Are you over here killing all of these Caucasian people?" And he was like, "Yep."
Yep.
Because
Hell yeah.
but the thing is, right? They couldn't get him alone by himself because he actually was knocking out the renegades, the people that just came that pillage and plunder everything and not give it there. They say you're gonna clean it up because we're not strong enough to clean it up. But that gets to show you, you know what I'm saying? With that is the military part about everything, how we saved World War I, Civil War, all the rest of that stuff. They was like they're gonna come up in here and clean up the cavalry. So that's the part that I got from it because it was mounted. You know what I'm saying? Native Americans from Turtle Island, you know what I'm saying? That went and cleaned up all of this stuff. What we call Black Indians. So you might as well go ahead and invent a Black Indian.
So
You know what
imagine
I'm
this,
saying?
right? Imagine this, right?
Choctaw.
Imagine being in that time and literally seeing a nigga with that much power.
Hey, Trace.
That
But
nigga was
you
like
know-
Michael Jordan of his day.
Oh yeah.
But then you know they always gotta have an
Yeah, for
old.
real.
You know they always gotta have an old fucked up degrading part of the movie. And for me, that was when they was in the house and they had the two black dudes fighting. Remember when they was
I
upstairs
think that
like
was
with
so. I
Candy,
think okay.
and they had
Aside from
two
the
black
fact of what
dudes
it
in the
was,
background fighting. I felt that was just
aside
so
from the fact
degrading.
of what it was,
I think
so fucking accurate.
it was
You ain't never
accurate,
seen
but,
a slave
but,
movie
but,
like that
but it
before.
also,
they did that. But
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
Yeah,
I think that they needed to do that so that you can kind of get into the mindset of
that's
Django.
the time you in. Yeah.
Django was looking at that shit like, oh, okay, this what
I
he,
see
you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah, they on some
Like-
fuck shit, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for real.
And it was
For real.
Because he can
He
do
was
that,
looking
though.
at the shit like we would be looking at the shit.
Right,
Right.
because he
You know what
can
I'm
do
saying?
that
Like,
shit.
what the fuck, really? This
And
what you
then,
bitch ass
how they was
motherfuckers
like
is
they
on?
was interacting like the two dudes wasn't
Like
even
the shit
fighting
wasn't
the
even
same
going
time.
on.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because
yeah.
but, because,
like motherfuckers would do in Roman times, nigga, when they had gladiators kick each other's asses. They doing that
But
shit
the-
over dinner.
But the trip part about it, right? He was on his way to doing that right there until the other situation happened where the dentist dude saved him. You know what I'm saying? Because he was on his way,
Yes,
chained
ma'am.
up and everything, to go there with his wife separated, and he had his freedom papers already. But they was like, no, you don't.
Oh, shit.
But the killer part
You know
was
what
a German, and yeah, you're right. A German took a chance on a black man.
Yeah, but that's one of the same, and it goes over when they went over to Germany. You know what I'm saying? In World War II, how everybody linked up, and they thought it was just outrageous because a whole bunch of us is that went to the military is German and black. That's the next biggest culture in Germany, German and black. That's the cold part. So you see how that movie went beyond what we actually think in our mind. Since I watched it so much, I just got, you know what I'm saying, with some Nick-isms. I'm like, okay, I see where this, you know what I'm saying, where this is going. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, it showed you the power that be because they didn't portray us like that in nothing, right? But this movie changed everything of thoughts because they hid that from us because we were that already. You know what I'm saying? Black Wall Street, the Choctaw, the Seminoles, and all these people from the South that knew how to take over this land. I mean, you know what I'm saying, run this land. They still had to turn to us to get, you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
they still had to turn to us to make the shit balanced, fair and balanced. You know what I'm saying? What, just like the Nat Turner movies, you know what I'm saying? What the story of Nat Turner, you know what I'm saying? And
the legend.
Yeah, and
can I say
and
something right quick, Nick?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Shout out to Nick. I love the way this man's mind works, homie.
Man.
I love the way your mind works. I mean, like,
they think I'm loony.
I be trying to tell motherfuckers they don't be listening to me, right? They think I'm crazy. I be like, nah, y'all just trying to pay attention to the words. You need to pay attention to what this nigga is saying.
Like, I like the way he perceives
some
shit,
real spill.
Yeah. They think I'm loony, bro. They think I'm loony, man. I need to be on something, man. I'm trying to tell you.
I mean, you probably do too, but that's not gonna take away from the fact that you're great. It's not gonna take away from. That's not gonna take away from the fact that you're great.
Right here,
you know,
you're great.
Right here.
Yeah, but thank you for that little shout out, man. But you really gotta, you know what I'm saying? What we've been exposed to, if we really sit back and think about it without getting bombarded by all these other things that's distracting us, it's like, yeah, we are the things that move a lot of things, man. You know what I'm saying? On the human experience.
Speaking of unknown, behind the scenes greatness.
Haha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pure essences of God, man. Like,
yeah, I watched that about 20 times. You know what I'm saying?
I was thoroughly impressed, not only with
me
performances,
too. I love that
but
movie.
also just with the story, because, you know, as much shit as I pride myself on knowing, I always say I got 10,000 tidbits of trivia information stored in my head that's not good for shit except for Jeopardy and impressing motherfuckers. But this shit here, I had no idea about whatsoever, right? And the minute that, you know, I heard about the movie was coming out, and then went and researched it, you know, I just was totally and completely fascinated that they would have these brilliant women, you know what I'm saying, in the fucking NASA program and not have highlighted them fucking way before
and not have given them their motherfucking
That's just
flowers.
Crazy to me.
Yeah, of course they will not. It took all this time for a reason, bro. Like, nigga, we've done, and that's the tip of the iceberg. Wait till motherfuckers start getting into it, man. The more information start popping up and creators start creating. I guarantee you it's gonna be a whole lot of stuff happening because we did a whole lot.
See, and that's the thing.
They ain't giving us credit for it.
So that movie right there just made the help look like poo. You know what I'm saying? Pure D
like
poo. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, right, you got these people. So it was IBM.
That's what they did. They calculated the shit out of that shit. They brought a motherfucker home safe.
Look, analytically.
What they say, if the data don't add up,
man, it ain't right. And these motherfuckers is just that was crazy. Brilliant, man.
But the thing is,
brilliant women.
Fuck around and don't carry the one and watch what happens.
Right.
Yeah. Right. But the thing is, right? This is
especially the way
thing.
they gave the computer shit though.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about digital readout, all that stuff. Because when you really think about it, right? She took IBM and all that stuff to the next level.
They were the thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's like, how can you process stuff in your... But this is the coldest part, right? The coldest part was like, damn, your mind is the computer. Without your mind, the computer wouldn't work. You know what I'm saying? Woo! And
they wouldn't even thought about it.
Here's another thing that I think, you know, probably needs to be thrown into the mix is that the brilliance is, you know, now that the spotlight is on it, right? We kind of look at it and we like, wow. But I think that there's more women who are like that in everyday life,
period,
than we really realize. Here, I'll give you a perfect example, and Nick, you'll remember this. When me and Nick was helping run the restaurant with our other family member, there was a woman who was part of the crew, right? And I actually, this was at the advent of everybody getting internet access, and he was going to Starbucks and internet cafes, and you know, this was at dial-up. You know, if you was at home, you probably had some net zero or some shit like that. But we had computers in the joint, right? And access to readily access to fast internet, right? And I watched this girl who had no computer experience at all become interested through a conversation with a computer tech. And he talked to her as though he was talking to, quote unquote, a woman. Kind of talked down to her like she wasn't going to understand this technical shit. She went and bought a book about this big on coding. And 3 months later, she was saying, Keith, do you want me to make you a web page?
Make everything
taught herself.
Yeah.
She ain't got no goddamn class, no seminar, none of that shit. She went and bought a book and just
made it crack.
Put her mind to it. And I think that there's many women that are like that are right around us. But I think that we just kind of get caught up in what they got to do to kind of make shit work out for right now, paying the rent and taking care of the goddamn kids and making our dog asses happy and shit, right?
Right. I have a totally different outlook. Well, I have a totally different belief about women, which is crazy because, well, I'm not really because I love them to death, but I believe that women are the reason why.
In the 10th grade.
Shout out to Maddie Patty.
In the 10th grade, she did that.
I believe that women are way more powerful than we all know. Because
of course.
For a simple fact that since the dawn of time, they've been told they were the reason for all the bullshit. A, B, they've been shut down since the dawn of time. Since they've been made out to be some bullshit, right?
Right. The reason why shit is fucked up.
Right.
All that bullshit, right?
Yeah. Crazy shit
ate the apple and tricked us.
Right. Crazy shit is nigga, they literally make blood sacrifices every month, nigga.
Yeah.
Every month. They bring life into this world, nigga.
So
I believe that at one point in time,
why y'all just can't do what we say do?
Yeah, somebody seen something that a woman can do in terms of power, and was like, nah, nigga, no.
You giving these accolades.
We're not finna do
why
that.
you just can't do what we say to do on the first time on the first rep?
Because we're not built that way.
Right.
We're not built that way.
Yeah.
But I'm giving you flowers though.
We're not built that way. We are the type of
we built for appreciation, not cooperation.
Right. We are built that way.
Because I'm hard-headed.
Technically, we are built that way. That's why we stronger and do all that shit. That's why we are built to do labor. I'm telling you, I believe back in the day, women, man.
See, but the thing is, I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
I believe y'all
right?
way more powerful than y'all believe, than the world will ever know.
So I'm gonna play devil's advocate here, right? Now this is one of my truths, right? It's like even in the beginning, I relinquished my power to the woman, right? So also for real shit, because it's like, look, I'm gonna nurture you because I understand that you bring life into this world, right? So no matter what, it's the govern over us to make sure that you could survive to the next day. You know what I'm saying? And they think something really wrong with me because they're like, how can you do that? I said, because it's understanding that it's a universal thing. She's in the Phoenix.
Wouldn't be here without it.
You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, if you don't pay homage to that in the vision that God made, so nothing have to be cut off her. She don't have to change anything. She is the perfect life creating being, right? And they say I talk like that's like, yeah, you eyeballing me. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's your angle? And I was like, but it has to be that. If you can't hear those words to calm your soul, you know what I'm saying, and have a spiritual moment in your house where you could be calm, then nobody's ever going to bring you any satisfaction or peace, no matter what you do.
Do you think that you can trust enough to find that type of scenario outside of a black woman?
No. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because that's my strength.
What's your trust factor, brother? What's your trust factor?
I'm open to giving all that I need to give. You know what I'm saying? To the woman that looks like my mama. That is
like
a version of my mama. Not like my mama, but I'm talking about
I'm talking about a black woman.
Right.
A black
okay,
woman.
so here's me playing devil's advocate. In general, okay, here I go, right? I believe that it is our absolute motherfucking nature to save them white people. And the only way we save them is through procreation with them. Oh, yeah. Because without us, they will not survive.
So you just trying to give them a little tone, right?
The tone that they gonna need. Tone that they gonna need, nigga. Because without it, they will fry.
So what that sound like, Frank, to me is a reason, a good reason, right, for stepping outside of the norm, right?
Oh no, because I don't. I'm just saying, for those who do, don't be ashamed. You ain't never seen me with a white girl.
What my question is presented with that scenario, right? If you find, or could you be in that? So with the Get Out scenario, right? I think what the underlying message of that story was for me, right, was that buying into all of that happily ever after type of shit and all of the mainstream type of ideologies and shit, right, was more it was more about him being brainwashed. But I think Get Out kind of made it, where they was replacing you with a whole nother fucking white person. Right. But I think what was really being said is, if you find yourself in that scenario, do you lose yourself? Do you lose your blackness? Do you find yourself compromising your morals and your expressionism and just the way that you conduct yourself because you're trying to fit in with this person who is outside of your culture? So my question is, in terms of that, do you think that is something real that cats, that men and women who go into relationships with somebody who is totally and completely foreign? We ain't talking about the white girl that grew up in the hood. Right. Or we ain't talking about no fucking John B. Right? Yeah. We talking about
white girl from over there.
Right. Has absolutely no idea about your culture. And the same for you, Shell. A white guy who is from, I don't know, somewhere that ain't where you be frequenting. Right.
But oh my God,
bluegrass country, some fucking where or something.
Yeah, from over there.
Where it's all white people, and this, you as first black queen.
She got invited to the cookout. No, she got invited to the cookout. But he really wanted to come to your cookout. There you go. I understand.
Okay, well, I can start, goddammit. And I wholly believe that it does. Because I believe a lot of motherfuckers get lured into the difference. You know what I mean? Because they make shit look all, it's different. It ain't what we accustomed to. You know what I'm saying? So I think people get lost in that in terms of trying to fit in and all that shit. So I believe it does. I really do. But it's the same with them though. That's why it's the same with them though. That's why when reverse the table. That's why we know the John B's and the motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? Like none of us know white dudes that like grew up with us like that ain't got no nigga in them. You know what I'm saying? Because they grew up around us, so it's basically the same shit. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, this is my standpoint. I mean, basically, I just feel like men should just treat black women better, period. But we ain't even gonna talk about it in that realm. I just feel like that. I mean, just what we're seeing, like even on the news, like I just don't personally understand it. How you can like, I find that I find black men want to put black women. You gotta jump through hoops and bounds and do something fucking strange for some change. But here it is that they ain't even got a fucking act. You got, trip. You got, treat you good in public. I ain't trying to whip your ass and fight you and stuff like that. So I just have a problem, period. That I just feel like black women just are unappreciated or not as appreciative as they should be. Just period.
I feel
So
that.
I
Right
totally
quick
and
though.
complete.
Right
Go
quick
ahead,
though.
Frank.
I agree. But then you end up in a trash bag, sliced up, nigga, because you end up fucking with a serial killer, and he had already killed 3 black women, and you ain't
oh
even
my
know
God.
until you know.
No, I no. I'm not saying that's the answer for us to
Because
go
that's
get
how
a
they get
change.
down.
I'm just saying that I just feel like, like
I'm
why
joking.
can't it start at home? It's obvious you can do those things. It's obvious you can be that person, but why you just can't be it for
Yeah,
black
no, I
women?
was
Okay,
just joking.
but
So
I ran across people like this, like this, like I would call them jellyfish spine niggas. You know what I'm saying? That don't have a backbone, and they run away from the black woman or the person that's close to them because they got mommy issues because their mommy rejected them, right? So they look at that's the person that's like get up, wash the dishes, do all this thing, and they refuse to hear that and trying to make it easier on themselves. You know what I'm saying? Later on, and that's the ones that say, okay, well, I'm gonna go outside of everything because like get out to me was the part where they wanted the essence of the African American, the people with melanin, right? So they would go to anything, but they actually sent, you know what I'm saying, a hook, line, and single person out there to get that, and they fall for, it's a lot of weak-minded women that don't want to work towards greatness on carrying on the heritage that would actually fall for it, and that's why they got trapped in it. And it was like the granddad that was running around the guy who was the track star. He wanted to be what's his name? Not Carl Lewis, the other guy who won the against the Germans, and the guy was running around the thing. It was like, why the hell
Jesse
he's running?
Owens.
Jesse Owens, and he wanted to get that essence, and he still couldn't get it because that man wasn't built. He thought that the black man was going to be built like Jesse Owens, and he still couldn't do the time. You know what I'm saying? So how they said that when we actually grow as one another and get out that mind frame of people are not good enough, I think it'll be a better overall thing. And I hope these young, these young men that's coming into this world, into their adulthood, or even the ones that have that's older, that's seasoned a little bit, I hope they gain some wisdom, and see what the thing is, because it's not too late. It's not too late.
So um, I'm gonna just jump out the window and disagree with you, Shal, on the way that you seem to view, or the way that you seem to think we view you guys. So what I would say is that, it, like how you asked Frank, or how you were saying like the black women being disregarded or treated badly or not treated, well, or all of these different things, right? All these different ideas. I don't think that that's what it is. I think what it is that what you want is different than what it is that a man believes is appropriate to give in whatever scenario that you're in, right? So it's almost like the girl that comes out and you don't know nothing about her, and she's ratchet as fuck, but she's saying treat me like a princess. Why treat you like a princess? You don't act like a fucking princess. In your mind, you might think that you're a princess because all the fuck shit that you do is okay by you. I mean, most people don't do things that they think is just some shitty shit to other people, right? So the fuck shit that you do that I disagree with is just kind of part of you, right? So when you're talking about you want to be treated on, level 10, but your behavior in the way that you interact with me is on level 6, regardless of whose fucking fault it is, right? Because that's an entirely different conversation. Then it just seems to me that you kind of designing a program that I'm never going to be able to accommodate. I'm never going to be able to satisfy your idea of what being treated well is. Secondly, and this is much more importantly, how my woman in a relationship with me, how she sees her is rarely how I see her.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And so she's doing things based upon she thinks I think like her. She thinks I
I
think
never
like
thought
a
about it
woman.
like that.
So
No,
when
no,
she
no.
puts out some stimuli that I'm supposed to respond to, the expectation is that my response is going to be the same as hers would be in the same scenario. But I'm a whole different kind of motherfucker. I'm designed different, wired different. I think about shit different. I'm way less emotional, much more practical, linear, all the different shit that goes into making me, or else you would just fall in love with you, right?
Wow.
So the thing about it is that um, you, as my woman, you know what I'm saying, she's kind of having an unrealistic expectation of what what our interaction is supposed to be about. And then because her shit is just based on the love. Nigga, if you love me, you would A, B, C, and D. I'm a dude, so I don't think about none of that emotional shit. I think about what fucking makes sense, right? So I say, well, if you do A, B, and C, and D, then that means E, goddamn it, shit. You know what I'm saying? It's linear. That shit is what adds up. It ain't, I don't have to fucking interpret nothing, think about nothing, none of that shit. It just is what it is. And if you design this to be this, remember, because pretty much you're going to call all the shots, right? You have the ability to leave and not leave or hold that threat. Niggas rarely have the ability to threaten your ass with you better do this or I'm gonna find another chick. You feel what I'm saying? Niggas is just gonna stay and try to work it out. But y'all are quick to throw that shit up at us, right? Whether it's overt or whether it's just some subliminal shit. We always know that we at the threat of your ass walking out the door, finding another nigga, losing interest, whatever. Everything except working it out, right? When we come to that point where it's, we had a head. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So what I'm trying to say is that in a relationship between a man and a woman, generally, and I say a man and a woman because I don't know how gay couples interact, right? Because then you're dealing with a different dynamic. You're dealing with two of the same type of emotional or rational fucking motivations to act. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? So, but with a man and a woman, it's almost as though we have to capitulate, especially a black man and a black woman, because you guys kind of, as much as we love you, and we do, above and beyond any other race of woman, right? Black women are the queens of the universe. Make no mistake about it. If you're not one, if you're not with one, you're trying to get with one. Or you fantasizing about one. Black women are the shit, bar none. But you guys are a fucking handful, right? Like every good thing takes a lot of hard fucking work, right?
So ridiculous.
You're not no fucking robot, and I don't expect you to be a robot.
But it's a beautiful thing.
At the same time, while I admire your independence, your ability to express your independent thought, your point of view, and all of that shit, what kind of falls down in the black community between black men and black women is we become adversarial in the relationship.
Period.
So it becomes, well, nigga, you ain't, or damn, what are you? You know what I'm saying? It's never about what are we. It's always about, well, nigga, what are you gonna do to up your shit? Bring your shit up. Or you feel kind of the same shit that you was just saying just now, right? That's a whole nother side of the same feeling, the same guilt feeling. Well, black women are, underrated or always, underserved or, undervalued. And you guys aren't. Trust and believe you aren't. What it is that what you expect is a little bit different than the reality of what we are able to actually actualize. You know what I'm saying?
If that makes sense. My pay grade.
Yeah, because some people not qualified. Right. So this is the thing is some people not qualified. But you said something. I think it all comes to a head when we've been talking about this whole week, right? It's actually, are we going to build or are we going to destroy? You know what I'm saying? And it takes togetherness and the understanding on a deeper mental level, a mindset level. Because all it takes is, okay, let's see how we can work it out. All you have to do is be a common agreement and not be ignorant to the facts. You know what I'm saying? And willing to do, because we do we do the shit all by ourselves anyway. It feels good to have somebody to come in. We don't have to battle with the person inside the house. If we get to that point right there, but it's going to be things. We're going to have a conversation, but it don't never have to be an argument. You know what I'm saying? But it has to be a debate on whatever it is. So our tone, our actions after that, it's like, yeah, we have to go ahead because every day it's a restart. You close your eyes and wake up, it's a restart. It wasn't the same thing it was yesterday. You know what
I
I'm saying?
think for me, the simplest way to put it is that, I love black women, and I think that right now, probably since the mid 70s, black women adopted the women's movement ideals and morals, mores, and in today's society, it's all about being independent. And I respect that, and I admire your ability to be that. What you also have to understand is that I understand the actual meaning of words. So independent means by yourself. And
Mm-hmm.
how the fuck you gonna be by yourself and with me at the same time? I don't want no independent woman. I want you to have the ability to be independent, but I want you to be as dependent upon me doing what I'm supposed to do as I'm dependent upon you, because I am dependent upon you, whether you understand that or believe it or not. Does that
Yeah.
make sense, man?
Exactly.
Yeah, it does. It
You know?
does. And
But
Tina made a good point when she said when the government broke up the black family, it was deliberate.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
yeah,
Social welfare programs, and exactly. I was about to
you
say Claudine, the whole
yeah,
Claudine shit that I lived through that.
you
I
can't
lived through
live in the
that for real,
house.
for real. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Where it really can't be no man in the fucking house because your mama's getting this little fucking $500 and this block of cheese with some peanut butter,
Wow.
but she needed. You know what I'm saying? So that shit just is crazy, man. It's
You know
crazy
what I'm saying?
the restrictions and stigmas that they put on people when um, when they need or when they find themselves socially in the need of a boost. And just like what Keena said, those social programs kind of devalue the black man in the home.
That was
And
the
now,
point.
while we're trying to be back in the home, because I think that it's understood that black men do have a value in the home, right? And in a relationship with a black woman. I think now it's just about you always have that, well, nigga, are you gonna be good enough shit in the back of your mind, that doubt, as
Wow.
opposed to that belief and that confidence. It's been a long time. Well, I'll say this. I was in an entirely different lifestyle the last time that a woman said to anybody else about me, yeah, my dude got this shit worked out. Woo, woo, woo. I believe in my nigga. I'm rolling with my nigga no matter what. It's been a long fucking time because I've been on some square shit, having girlfriends and shit, right?
Right.
My girlfriend be like, nigga, what have you done for me lately, nigga?
Yeah.
Real
And
spill,
and, and,
man.
and, and, and and that's the part because I'm saying I still see it in a different way. You know what I'm saying? Just uh it's like a lot of guys was filled with estrogen, man. There was too much on a little tofu and soy sauce, you know what I'm saying? And it kind of like you was right, K Mac. The tone that's out there is like the beauty shop. They want, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of women want you to answer like they talking to their homegirl because that's all they knew because the men was actually out the house. So the whole tone is could be different at times, right? So uh you be submissive, but you can still be uh you know have your mind open to different things at the same time. You know what I'm saying? And that's the hard battle because it is the part where how can I trust a nigga now? You know what I'm saying? And you don't even hear the conversations from a good man that's willing to step up to the plate and say, I'm gonna grow with you. You know what I'm saying? If you change the language, it's like not what I could do for you. You know what I'm saying? Not as far I could hold a bag or whatever, or give you financial stability. It's like because that financial stability could be gone tomorrow. Because you could lose your job, or AKA the COVID could kick in. We back at the same thing, living in the car, you know what I'm saying, and working off our phone. You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole part that we are in the battle for our freedom and independence, togetherness. You know what I'm saying? On the same right is still to build that bond because we all we got. When you really think about it, at the end of the day, we all we got. And if for it to grow, we can't be threatened with the child support or you know what I'm saying you have to pay for this entity that's grown because like you said, that whole thing they had derived the plan for it. It could be the separation because they had dudes walk in the middle of the street and say, "Hey, Karen, come over here." Hey Pam, well, you know what? It didn't work out for you. How you think it's gonna out for us with such and such that we know? But that's getting past. It falls on deaf ears sometimes. You know what I'm saying? For real. Because it's not a lot of good men out there. When we get out there, right? You got to be lying about something. What's your habits? You know what I'm saying? So it's already against us already. You know what I'm saying? How many baby mamas you got? What you do for a living? You know what I'm saying? And that is the part that it's like, okay, well, how about it's everything start with a clean slate? How about what we're gonna do to get to the next point? However long that journey lasts, you know, and how you cut into it. Like, yeah, I'm campaigning for that shit because I'm a dope ass dude. And I'm conceited about this shit. I know what I could bring to the table.
That's right. Shit.
You know what I'm saying?
All right,
Campaign, Wayne. You know what I'm saying?
In the spirit of transparency, I don't have no girlfriend, so I can say what the fuck I want, right? You niggas ain't got to just talk like me, right?
No, but for real though, because it's no, hey, you know what I'm saying? It ain't no girlfriends, man. I don't deal with girls. You know what I'm saying? If I got,
Oh
you know what I'm
shit,
saying?
McNabb.
You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, it's like if you a human being with it's in your nature to grow. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I got in knowledge in my head, although it might be, you know what I'm saying, off the hook sometimes, or it don't make sense when I'm talking because I tell the whole story out before I even speak because I'm trying to speak. I'm not trying to. I'm speaking the truth about whatever the timelines in my life is, right? And so the thing is, like, be for sure, I am that nigga. I used to be the boogeyman, but I'm not the boogeyman no more. But I'm that nigga. You know what I'm saying?
What I'll say is this, and it was funny because Keena, let me find it. Keena stole my line. I always say this too, right? That shit. Right now, I'm trying to do a whole bunch of good shit in my life because I'm trying to get in heaven. I'm trying to make up this reprehensible shit that I did to people.
Trying to make a penance right now.
With women. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let me just put that out there up front. I always talk that shit about being a chauvinist, and you know, a lot of that shit is the way that I thought. My actions is a lot different now, but at the same time, not really. I won't have a girlfriend because I won't subject nobody to my bullshit.
But the thing is, right? So I gotta just tell the truth. K Mac 104. You know what I'm saying? The thing what I actually seen, right? They actually reject you because you that dude. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna take care of your family. You go by any means necessary, you're gonna take care of your family. And some women are not built like, not gonna say women, I ain't gonna generalize it like that. Some people are not built for that because, like you said, it came from a broken home. You know what I'm saying? You have fine women in your life through all even generations where we say that's in our like a jury of our peers. You know what I'm saying? Shell, Marvel Faith, you know, everybody, IT Lean, all of them was in our peers because they set us down and they told us how we need to conduct ourselves. It's not going to be easy. Just like the men, they conducted themselves. You know, they know how to go out there and bang heads and stuff, but they was right back on the front porch in that house in that air conditioning. We ain't hear nothing. But the women said, you know what? You come from great stock. Everybody ain't going to believe you, but some will. And the universe is going to bless you with having these people in your life. Now it's a time that you know, you got beautiful children. Where you go to the ends of the earth, you would die for them. No bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So you didn't fail at all. None of us failed. We just was misunderstood. And we gonna still be misunderstood until that one show up. It could be in our winter years of our life or whatever. But it's gonna be somebody gonna be sitting on the front porch with drinking sun tea, nigga. It's a ribby on the side of your chair. How about that?
Yeah, I don't think that's what I want.
Yeah,
no, but the thing is,
I don't know.
Hey, but you don't have no choice because the universe is gonna give you when you in doubt.
That's cool.
When you in doubt, right?
I think I still want to be in strip clubs. About 83, making it
that's
rain.
All good too. You know what
if
I'm saying?
I'm 80 on the porch, I don't even want to be bothered by nothing.
You know what I'm saying? We all gonna be there with you because we family. So we gonna be like, you know what? Came back at. Let's go get a little hook. You know what I'm saying? A little less sugar in that drink.
Shit, I ain't gonna be on no damn porch. I'm gonna be in the strip club drinking vodka on Saturday and in church at 7:30 on Sunday morning.
Hey, that's how we used to do.
Just like everybody else in my fucking family.
Chameleon. St. Augustine's.
Well, once again, fellas, we went way over an hour.
Of
Always.
course.
Oh, all right.
It's great things happen.
Again, a good conversation amongst friends, family, and folks.
Yes, sir.
Thank you guys for joining us once again. We got one more day left in the week before we take a couple of days off, and we're going to try to make that one a good one for you guys. Once again, I want to thank you for joining us on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, as well as the replays. Like, share, subscribe, follow, hit the notification bell so that you can know when we are going live.
Click it.
And right about now, thanks, Tina. This was fun.
Yeah, it's all good.
All right, now,
Thank you,
so
guys.
we've been live,
Love you.
and now we
Appreciate you.
ain't.